I'm gonna put up the windows. Wish me luck. Ah, bummer. What's up, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, and you are not going to hear me talk bad about Bentleys, especially running them as rental cars, because I've been doing it for years. And Bentleys are traditionally very reliable, except for the wheels, which are a little soft to bend, and then the air suspension. But the air suspension is a relatively cheap fix. You could just swap it out with like an R-notch shock, comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's just labor if the shocks ever go bad again. So Bentleys, pretty cheap, pretty easy to operate. They look cool. Like, I mean, I'd rather roll in a Bentley, honestly, than a Mercedes, simply because, you know, Bentley's got all the swag to it, if that makes sense. But Bentley it's not as pretentious as a Rolls Royce. So you can get in, I mean, the interior is gorgeous. This one's got the Mulliner package. But it's just like living high style, right? And it's not incredibly expensive. You get these cars for 100 grand-ish in that neighborhood. Massage seats, heated seats, all sorts of the window protection, the noise, the road noise is also super quiet. Now, you'll know I've had that white convertible, and I'll show it to you in a second. I've had that white convertible over there for a hot minute. Last year, I sold it to, actually one of my customers wanted to buy it, and I was like, yeah, no problem, I'll sell it to you. Sold it. He was driving it around for the winter, and come spring, he's like, hey, do you mind? How would you like renting it out for me when your cars are out? Like if you need an extra car and you want to rent it out, I'll make a couple extra bucks off it. He owns it. I was like, yeah, no worries. I can do that. And the way I was able to do that, obviously, because I can't rent other people's cars, is it's still actually owned by me. He paid for it, so effectively he's like a lien holder. But we've got this car, which I think he's getting ready to sell now. He's sort of done his exercise with it. And the first time, and this is probably the worst failure I've ever had on a car, was pretty much when we were going to sell it. The window broke. So you see the little glass here? There's little shards in the seat. This window broke from the top. Not that anything happened to it, but the top malfunctioned and broke the window. And this piece of glass right here, this one window, and it's let me put it up and see what we've got. That one window, $2,000 just for one piece of glass. That's the first time I've ever been like, whoa, Bentley, expensive. But I mean, honestly, for whatever this car's got on it, 37,000 miles, I think it held up pretty damn well. The massage seats, the cooling seats, the heated seats, everything. This is a 2012 model, and the reason I'd run a 2012 model versus the brand new one, depreciation. Which, don't look at depreciation now because the market was so crazy, but depreciation on these cars was pretty severe. So for me to go out and buy a new one for just say $250, $260, $270, I'd have to charge double. And sometimes I buy cars because I know they're popular, and then I can price them out accordingly because I know people are looking for that car. Sometimes people just want a Bentley, right? And I have to price it because the people that just want a Bentley want to pay about $1,000 a day. And that's why I get the cars to fit the price point so I can make it work for a business and not just buy cars that are super expensive and try to charge people different prices. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to put up the windows. Wish me luck. Ah, bummer. That one's supposed to look like the other one. Let me get out and show you. So this is obviously not good. This little window right here, which is broken on the other side, $2,000. And even the top has a issue with it, so it's going to need service. I don't know what to do. I mean, this is like for this little window to be $2,000, and it's double paned and everything like that, so it's obviously much quieter, much less road noise. You see that on all the windows here. They're like two windows glued together. But to have this and then the top, it just sucks to like the week before you're about to sell the car, have something like this go wrong. And it's not even something that a customer could have done wrong. You just pull in the button and the thing gets caught up on itself and it breaks. The top now and this will both have to be replaced. So the top is black. I don't know if we can find a used top, if we're going to repair it. It's probably going to be a $5,000 or $6,000 repair if I'm going to estimate it on this. But in the almost 40,000 miles this car's been around, I'm telling you, you're talking oil changes, a couple of tires, a couple of wheels, very, very minimal service on a car like this. So you're not going to go wrong. But when things break, they tend to get expensive. It is still a Bentley. There is a lot of crossover. You've heard me talk about the crossover between the Bentleys and the Volkswagen parts. So you can get stuff like the Volkswagen Phaeton that bolts direct. It's the same thing, same part number, just a tenth of the price. So you do have that. That doesn't exist. There's no Phaeton convertible that I can pull a window out of. So anything that's like super specific like that, you're stuck getting Bentley. If you know somebody who's got a Bentley top, I could use a black one. You know what? I don't think I'm going to do any damage here. Let me put the top up and see what happens. I mean, it's... Whoop. I don't know what that flap was. Yeah, see? Like this doesn't line up over here. So there is some alignment issue on the other side. And a common thing you'll see, even the tops I saw for sale, it eats itself, right? So it like rips holes. So I don't know what the mechanical issue is in this top that's causing this to be misaligned. But it's going to be a pretty penny. It's not cheap. That's the one downside to convertibles. It's one thing that why people stay away from like 355s and 360 Spiders and everything like that, because the convertibles aren't cheap to fix. And Bentleys, Porsches, usually significantly more reliable when it comes to convertibles. This one, the Holy Bentley top, is, and you see right here, this is why, because if it binds here, there's a piece of metal here, see? So if it gets too tight, it's going to rip. And sadly, when it does, that breaks a $2,000 piece of glass. When it breaks a $2,000 piece of glass, you now have to replace the top and the glass, and that's no fun. So I'll let you know how it goes. If you know anyone who's got these parts lying around, let me know. I'm a buyer. Obviously, these are something that if you have a Bentley top, you need a guy who needs a Bentley top. I was like it's what am I going to do with my SLR McLaren brakes, right? I need a guy with an SLR McLaren who needs new brakes. So similar situation. There's a value to like very few people. Like having a Bentley GTC top is worthless to the guy that has it and sits on it for 20 years. But to the guy that needs it, there's some common ground. So stay tuned. Let me put the top down again. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put you out here. I'm sort of curious. I want to see what was making that noise because I did hear like a thwap. Let's go the other way, right? All right. Ah, that's what it was. So the top caught up on the rear deck lid there when it was going up. But it's like 95% good, probably 99% good, but that like 5%, it's pretty expensive. And it made a little glassy mess over there. So, Rob's verdict, totally buy a Bentley GTC. Even this one when it's fixed. They're great cars. I've enjoyed them. I think they're great. That one's great. I'm keeping that one, but this one, it's going to go, and first, got to get fixed. So you were wondering how much it costs to fix a Bentley roof and window? There you go. Your questions have been answered. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.